My mother spoke, arms crossed, chin lifted like she was reading from scripture, not threatening but wielding tradition as a weapon. The second the words left her lips, I sensed the wrongness in the air. She only used this tone when she had already assigned roles, villain and victim. This time I was the villain. The victim was Marco, our golden boy brother who couldn't hold a job but somehow deserved the world. I lingered in the hallway, still holding the plate I never got to place on the table. The rest of the family had clustered in the living room like jurors whose verdict was already written. Mother's eyes gleamed with that blend of self-righteousness and entitlement I knew too well. "We've decided," she said, "Marco should have the master bedroom. He needs space. You don't." The room held its breath. I didn't flinch because I had seen this coming. There was a time I thought loyalty meant something in our home. A time when Mother boasted about my grades, my promotions, my work ethic as if I were one of her prized trophies. Marco, by contrast, was the glitter she waved in front of guests. Charming, needy, full of excuses mistaken for potential. I used to believe we were a team, that family meant protection, not leverage. But our kind of family doesn't break, it erodes. The first cracks appeared the day I bought my house. Mother's smile had been too wide. Marco's hug too tight. Father stayed silent as always. Back then I called it pride. Now I knew it was calculation. The subtle signs began. Marco sending things to my house by mistake, Mother suggesting furniture I should use, comments about how the master bedroom was too large for one person. Then the blatant intrusions. Marco walking through my room unannounced, Mother rewriting conversations that never happened, whispers that died when I entered. The final piece fell into place one afternoon. Marco bragged to a cousin about finally having his own space, about Mom hooking him up, about the paperwork being easy because family was too trusting to read the fine print. He didn't know I was in the kitchen, didn't realize the vent carried every word. That was the moment the heartbreak hit, not because they had betrayed me but because I finally understood. They thought I was weak, predictable, easy to manipulate. They had forgotten who had taught me to survive them. I didn't argue. I didn't confront. I didn't warn. I observed. Their strategy was clear. Coax me into the smaller room, gradually install Marco in the master, then present it as a mutual decision, eventually pressing for co-ownership because, of course, family always helps family. But they overlooked one detail. The house was mine alone. No verbal promises, no shared funds, no loopholes. Every payment, every signature, every document was recorded and saved. I had planned for this silently. On the day they intended their ambush, I entered the living room with a black folder in hand. Mother smirked. Marco lounged like a prince awaiting his crown. "We've made our decision," she repeated. "You'll move to the smaller room tonight." I placed the folder on the coffee table. "No." Marco laughed. "You don't get a say. This is a family house." "It is," I said. "But it's my house. Legally, completely, irrevocably." I opened the folder deliberately. First, the deed, my name alone. Second, bank statements documenting every payment. Third, a notarized affidavit confirming no shared contribution. Mother's smirk faltered. Finally, the last piece, a recorded conversation with my loan officer verifying my sole ownership and explicit refusal to add any family members. Marco swallowed hard. Mother blinked too quickly. Father finally looked up. "You planned this?" she whispered. "No," I said. "I protected myself." "You planned it." The shock settled. Silence. Delicious silence. Mother tried to recover. "That paperwork doesn't matter. Family shares. You can't just." "I can." "And I already did." Marco stood, fists clenched. "You can't kick us out." "I'm not," I replied calmly. "You're welcome here, but you don't take what's mine." Mother's face crumpled, almost childlike. "Where did we go wrong with you?" I met her gaze. "You raised me to survive you. No yelling. No threats. Just truth landing precisely where it needed." They never mentioned the master bedroom again. Marco stopped wandering into my room. Mother began calling before visiting. They had learned, not through confrontation but because I made victory impossible for them. Now walking through my house I feel clarity, not guilt. Freedom born from choosing myself. People think revenge is fire and fury. Real revenge is paperwork, timing, patience, and the quiet moment your betrayers realize the trap they set was of their own making.